こんにちは、アンドリューです。これは日本語の第6課です。数字。Hi everyone, this is Andrew again. This is my 6th Japanese lesson, and today we'll be talking about 数字. So these two kanji down here are the characters for 数字, 数字, and that just means numbers. So we'll be talking about numbers today. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's do the first 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll write the hiragana 1, 2, 3, 4, which can also be pronounced shi, 4, shi, 4 or shi. There are times when you must use, for example, shi. For example, the 4th month, April, is called shigatsu. It's using this character, shigatsu. You must say shi in that case. You can't say yongatsu. Well, not that I'm aware of. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Now, nana also has an alternate pronunciation, shichi. Again, there's some cases where you use one or the other. We won't go into that here though. 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now, all other numbers are built off these characters, basically. So, let's do 0 first. So, 0, I think the common way to say 0 would be just 0. 0 in katakana. But there is a Chinese character for this, a kanji for this. It's pronounced rei. That's basically it. I'll just do that last part a bit better. Rei. So, rei. I'm not sure which one I've heard more often. I think zero is quite common nowadays, so you can just say zero. Right. So knowing that we know the first 10 characters, we can build on them to create other numbers. So, for example, 11 is just 11. 11 is 11. 12. 12 is 12. So you can go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, up to 20. What do you think 20 might be? It's actually just the reverse of 12. So you go ni, ju, niju. So what about 25? 25, ni, ju, go, nijugo. Okay, how about 30? What do you think? 30, 30. And then 40 would be 40, 70 would be ななじゅう, all the way up to 100. 100 has its own character. 100 is this character. 百. 百. So let's try combining something. Say let's try to say 184 in Japanese. It would be 百八十四. 184. Okay, what do you think 200 might be? Similar to, say, 20, which is にじゅう. 200 is just に百. に百. Now, there are some exceptions to the pronunciation when we get into the 100s. For example, 300. Now, the characters you should be able to write. The characters you should be able to so san, character for san, this is character for 100. But that's pronounced san byaku. So san byaku. San byaku. There are a couple of other exceptions too. $600 and 800. So 600, well, you could still write it if you know the kanji. The kanji for roku, the kanji for hyaku, 100. And that's pronounced 600. Ro with a small tsu, pyaku. 600. And in a similar way, 800. So the kanji for 8, the kanji for 100, and that's pronounced hapyaku. Oops. Hapyaku. So that's, you just have to remember that 600 and 800, often 6 and 8s and 3s, sorry, 3, 6s and 8s have an alternate, slightly different pronunciation. Okay, let's go to 1000. 1000. They have a separate character for that. And it's pronounced sen. Sen. So the word for, if you were to read 1000, you would say sen. Sen. So for example, if something was 1,000 yen, so 1,000 yen, you would just say sen en. Sen en. Yen in Japanese is en. Sen en. So there's a 1,000 yen note, and that's just sen en. Okay, so as I said before, 3s often have an exception in pronunciation, that is. So 3,000 is, obviously the characters, san zen. San zen. So for example, san zen en. San zen. Okay, so 4,000 would be yon sen. 5,000 gosen. 6,000 6,000 doesn't have an exception with sen. So 6,000, you can just say roku sen. Roku sen. 7,000 for 7,000. 8,000 does have an exception. 8,000. Oops, I wrote the wrong character. It's pronounced hassen. So similar way to 800. 8,000 is hassen with a small tsu. Hassen. 9,000 for 9,000. Then we get to 10,000. 10,000 also has its own character. 10,000. 10,000 is, you actually have to use a number before 10,000. I'll show you what I mean. You have to say 1 10,000. So ichi man. Ichi man. Ichi man. You can't just say man. So if, for example, there is a 10,000 yen note, you would say ichiman en. Ichiman en. Okay. What about 100,000? What do you think 100,000 might be? If you guessed Ju-man, you're correct. Ju-man, because there is, if I put a comma in here, can you see that there's 10 lots of man? 10 lots of 10,000, so that's Ju-man. So they don't say 100,000s. In Japanese, you say 10,000s. Juman en. Juman. Okay, what about 1 million? 1 million? 1 million is just 100,000. So 100,000, because there are 100 10,000s. 100,000. Okay, what shall we do next? How about 10 million? If we put a comma in there, it's 1,000 10,000s, isn't it? So that would be sen man. Sen man. Sen man. Right. And now we're going to get onto a new character, which is the next step up. So what's that, 100 million? 100 million. So it's like 10,000 10,000s, isn't it? 10,000 10,000s. So 10,000 10,000s, or 100 million, has its own character. Again, we have to put a number in front of it. So ichi, and this is the character. Ichi oku. Ichi oku. So 200 million would be ni oku. 300 million would be san oku. Oku. Now a billion, which is something we'd say in English, 1 followed by 9 zeros, so 1 billion. Can you guess what they might write? Ju oku. 10 oku. Yeah, so 1 billion is 10 oku. I think we'll stop there. I think that's big enough for most everyday sort of scenarios. Unless you're buying companies or something in Japanese yen, you won't need much higher than that, I don't think. So that is 1 billion. Yes, 1 billion. Okay, let's just quickly have a quick look at decimals. So for example, 17.5. 17.5. Well, you just say the number before the decimal point. So that would be 17. 17. And this little point here, you can just refer to as 10. Do you remember 10 as in, for example, cut with 10s? I think it's the same character. It just means dot or mark. So the character is that. Pronounced 10. So 17.5. 17.5. 17.5 is how you would say 17.5. Just pronounce the decimal point 10 and then just read out the values after the decimal point. Okay. How about fractions? I know everyone loves fractions. You need to know how to say them in Japanese because they're kind of used fairly frequently, and it's not, they don't say it how we would say it. So for example, half, if you were reading that as a fraction, we would say 1 on 2. In Japanese, they say something slightly different. They put the bottom number first. So you would say ni bun. Now bun is a character that just means sort of a division or a division. It can mean minute too. But ni bun no ichi. So not, remember, is just a possessive marker. So ni bun no ichi. So you put the bottom number first, followed by a bun. No ichi, the number on top. So let's try one. Try a different one. How about 3/4? What do you think that might be? You could just say yon bun no san. Yon bun no san, which is 3 parts of 4. Okay, so the denominator, the bottom number, goes first, followed by a bun no top number, the numerator. Yon bun no san. That'll do for fractions. This isn't a maths lesson. So just finally, let's just try to, using what we've learnt, let's try to write or pronounce this number. So 23,681. 23,681. So we start from the left. There's 2. So there's 2 something, isn't there? What is that something? Remember what 10,000 is? Man. So ni man san. Why do I keep writing sen like that? San zen. Ni man san zen ro pyaku. Remember rok pyaku. Ro pyaku hachi ju ichi. So 23,681. And there we go. That'll do us for numbers, I think, but you need to know them because there's numbers everywhere in the modern world, isn't there? Of course, nobody would write it like this. Well, not often. modern Japanese consists of this. So you're safe to write in English numbers. So you can write 23,681. But when you pronounce it, you'll have to say this. 23,681. Okay, that'll do for our numbers lesson.